Back in the field house, it is senior night here at Durfee as the Lady Hilltoppers welcome the Sachems from Middleboro. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massu, joined by Anthony Granum of our Fred TV program. Joined us earlier this season. We have him back on once again. And Anthony, you know, we were talking just a moment ago before we came live. You know, Middleboro, Durfee went there for game one. Here we are, second to last game, last home game, and now they're seeing each other again. The teams are going to be very different compared to opening day.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, even for my season, we had a lot of stuff like that. We were a completely different team the second half of the year than we were the first half. So honestly, you know, goes back to that can't judge a book by its cover. You know, you played one game, but that was these. You have players who are new, might be players who are starting for the first time. You know, so those first game jitters are always there. But now, you know, the season's far along, and you're a lot more comfortable in your position, and you know, really to show what you're made of.
Durfee did take that first meeting in 3 sets, so they swept Middleboro in that first meeting. They started the year 4-6, kind of been a rocky road since then, 9 losses since that start. So for Durfee, they're looking to come out today against a lower division team and take care of business on senior night. Now, you were senior this year, but last year as a junior, you were part of senior night as you wished your fellow teammates farewell. You know, what's the significance? It's very important as a player, right, to be honored in your final game at home.
Yeah, you know, you put so many years, so much time, so much energy, and you know, sometimes you feel it doesn't pay off. You know, you have those games that really hurt, and even for these seniors, you know, they want nothing more than to make it to the playoffs, and to not be able to do that this year, you know, this night is that recognition that like you're part of this team and your contribution mattered. So this night is everything. We're going to see a lot of tears. I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of tears. But this is just that literal recognition from the teammates that we love you and we're glad to have you on the part of the team. So.
All right, folks. Well, we'll have the start of this one. It'll be a pregame ceremony for senior night before the match actually starts. It's coming up right after this. Stay with us. Live volleyball next.
On Saturday, November 19th, from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., the Guns for Grocery Committee will be collecting unwanted guns and giving grocery cards to citizens that turn in weapons. This is a regional effort with locations in both Fall River and New Bedford. In Fall River, the location is the Blessed Trinity Church at 1340 Plymouth Avenue, and in New Bedford, it's the Pilgrim United Church at 634 Purchase Street. The goal of the Guns for Groceries program is public safety. We want to eliminate unwanted guns from our community. However, if you have a gun that you want to keep, we are also passing out gun locks. I want to stress that there will be no questions asked. Bring in a gun or multiple guns and you will receive Stop and Shop grocery cards and a Domino's pizza certificate. Participants will receive $75 for each long gun and $100 for each handgun. BB and pellet guns are also welcome, but will only receive a pizza certificate. Again, that is Saturday, November 19th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Blessed Trinity Church, 1340 Plymouth Avenue in Fall River, and in New Bedford, the Pilgrim United Church, 634 Purchase Street. Come by to turn in an unwanted gun or pick up a gun lock.
Welcome back, everybody, to Durfee High School's Luke Urban Fieldhouse. We're going to turn it over to Chris Policino, our PA, one of our coaches here, for the pregame ceremony here as we honor our seniors.
The officials. Spectators can support their interscholastic program by refraining from derogatory remarks or cheers. We hope that you'll enjoy the game and that you'll support all the participants in a positive, sportsmanlike manner. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting Middleboro Sachems, we have junior, number 21, Kiara Dean. Junior, number 12, Emma Pereira. Senior, number 23, Braden Bararmo. Senior, number 7, Paige Rooney. Senior, number 17, Melanie Allen. Senior, number 14, Maddie Silva. Senior, number 13, Aya Goldman. The head coach for the Sachems is Matt Lilibery, assisted by Elena Lane and Josh Klattenberg. We would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our 6 senior athletes who have accomplished so much in their 4 years in the Durfee Girls Volleyball program. Their dedication, hard work, and more importantly, their support of one another on and off the court has proven that they are truly topper tough. We thank you, ladies, for being leaders in the program and taking the Lady Toppers volleyball team to the next level. You will all be missed and will always be part of the Durfee volleyball family. Congratulations and best of luck to you in your future endeavors. Now let's meet your Durfee seniors, led by head coach Kelly Bluya, assisted by Amber Ruda and Marissa Mata. Number 1, Alanis Zayas. Number 3, Selena Pereira. Number 4, Dahlia Karam. Number 13, Kelly Martinez. Captain, number 2, Jasmine Kane. Captain, number 6, Lauren Kuchar. Thank you, ladies, for all your time here at Durfee Volleyball. Now let's please stand and remove your...
All right, folks, that does it for the senior night ceremony. We'll be back in 50 seconds for live volleyball. Stay with us here on Fred TV.
Fall River Public Schools has opportunities for positions in multiple areas for people looking to work with the next generation. Come grow with our team. We have openings for teachers, paraprofessionals, and teaching assistants, and other educational support positions available. We are also looking to fill operations support positions such as custodial, security, and food service. We offer competitive salary and benefit plans We have rewarding work available in our 21st century schools and learning environments. Come grow with us. Please contact the Human Resources Department at 508-675-8420, extension 53708, or see our postings on our website at fallriverschools.org.
All right, folks, it is time for volleyball on this senior night here from the Luke Urban Fieldhouse, the Middleboro Sachems and your Durfee Hilltoppers. Both teams having a bit of a rough time here in 2022. We mentioned in the open, you know, Durfee started strong at 4 out of the 6 games, 4-2 on the season with wins, and then kind of a rough go of it after that, Anthony. And you know, for Middleboro, it's kind of been very similar road, 5-14 coming into play today. But, you know, this is one of those games that, you know, you're in front of your home crowd for the last time. You beat Middleboro the first time, 3-0. This is the type of game that can help you finish the season on a high note.
Yeah. I was at one of the practices earlier, and, you know, Coach Bulia was just talking about ending the season on a good note. You know, they have 2 good games, 2 teams that they've won against earlier in the season, and they're just, there's nothing else you can hope for. You know, there's no overbearing pressure or playoffs anymore, so now their only goal is to just honestly have fun and get some wins at the same time, you know, which is a great way to end it off, you know.
Hilltoppers in red. Sachems are in black, and definitely still a lot of emotions here in the field house. Sachems will start with possession. Durfee's JV squad took their match just moments ago. Varsity hoping to do the same. And they'll start off ahead. The 6 seniors for Durfee on the court for the beginning of this one.
5 seniors.
No, 5 seniors, excuse me. So Dahlia just came out and was subbed in for Elenas. And now all 6 will have played at least 1 point here in the very early goings of the first set. Let's take a look at those seniors, huh? So we have number 1, Elenas Zayas-Roman. Jasmine Kane, a captain. Selena Pereira, good dig there on the other side. Dahlia Karam. Lauren Kucher, also a captain. And Yashkalis Montanez. So congratulations, ladies. Hard work to play high school sports. And we wish them the best. Of course, yesterday we filmed the field hockey senior night. And Jasmine's sister, Josie, her twin sisters on the field hockey team. So she was honored last night, and now the family here for girls volleyball tonight. That's going to sail. Good strong serve played there by there's Alexis Lane in the back there, wearing the libero. Durfee's libero is in black, and Middleboro is in white. As Lane lets it go. Big swing up front, nice play on the back line by Kucher. That was tipped and not returnable, so 3-3 now the score.
And, you know, any team coming out on another team's senior night, you know they're coming with a vengeance with the only goal, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Every team's like, let's beat them on our senior night, really show them who's boss, but it's just a battle of resilience at this point.
Braden Borromeo, the libero for Middleboro, he's actually wearing 23 today, listed as number 6 on the roster, but he is wearing number 23 today. Off the court at the moment. One of the few that you'll see, few schools you see a boy playing on the girls volleyball team because there's no boys program. Diamond had one for a time. You know, specific rules that the boys have to adhere to so that there's not, you know, an advantage because the net is lower for girls. So they can't play up front. If they're playing on the girls' team, they have to play in the back line. I believe they're allowed to serve. At least I know Diamond did have their players serve, but they can't play up front at the line. At the net, rather, excuse me. So 6-3. It was 3-2 Durfee. A quick 4-0 run here by Middleboro. Give them an early lead here in the first. And they'll keep serving. That's going to be short. That'll give Durfee back the ball.
Now they're having very dependable server here, Jasmine Kane. She's from last year. We watched a little bit of it, but she's really developed her jump serve.
Like that.
Yep.
Very strong. And you see that Braden's back in, so he's on the back line as the libero for Middleboro. Another good, strong serve played by Borromeo. And that's going to be a tough play. Nice job to stick with it. Free ball will go to Middleboro, but lucky that it didn't cost Durfee a point there. Quick set. Soft touch there. It'll be a point for Middleboro. Madison Silva, one of the captains for this varsity squad, is the setter for Middleboro.
Honestly, I'm not quite sure how that point was just
Yeah,
gotten.
I know. I was wondering the same thing.
I'm usually familiar with the hand signals by now, but that one is, I have to say, is a new one.
I didn't see, though, any infraction. That's what
Yeah.
you know, forget what the signal was. I didn't notice anything off the play.
And it was actually against Durfee, and
Yeah.
it seemed like they hadn't touched the ball yet. But
No. Well, Durfee will serve now. Karam back to
another dependable
fire it
server.
away. Good, strong serve. Flat-footed, and she got a lot on that one. That one flipped over. Two-handed flip by Paige Rooney. Big swing, and that's out of bounds. Was it deflected? No. Oh, yes, it was. Oh, they call it net violation.
Yeah.
Net violation against Middleboro, and that ties it at 7. Middleboro with a ton of seniors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seniors on this varsity squad. A little bigger team in terms of numbers than Durfee, but that's a lot of graduates. Only with the rest of the team are juniors, so no sophomores currently. But that's because they have kind of 2 JV squads. They have a lot of players over at Middleboro High for girls volleyball. They have a JV-A and a JV-B made up of just sophomores and freshmen. Rooney will serve. Good, strong serve. Set from Kane, big swing by Kuchar. Great dig on the back by Rooney. Third touch coming for the Sachems. It'll just get over. Enough for a set here. And that falls in.
And you sort of see the mental game of volleyball as well. You know, Lauren Kuchar came with that hard swing in the beginning, so the players on defense, you know, kind of went back for when she went for it again, and then she just took power off of it, hit it right in a perfect spot where no one was there, as they were expecting a big, hard
That
hit.
one going towards the sideline and able to stay in, just did stay in. I mean, you're 100% correct because it is, there's a mental aspect to it. And, you know, when you're swinging, you have control over how hard it's going to be hit. You know, baseball, so much, you don't really have a choice because you're just trying to hit the ball. But in this case, palm to ball, you really can control and try to catch the defense off guard. And that's the same with like the serving situation. That's why we talk about using, you know, 10-foot line, the back line, left to right. You want to mix it up. If you're, you know, good servers will not go to the same place twice unless they find a real weak spot. Punched back, trying to catch them napping. Good dig by Borromeo. Durfee with the point. Borromeo, I think it's actually Borromeo. Might be Borromeo. Didn't get to talk with head coach Matt LaLiberty prior to the game today. I think the last time we had a Middleboro team on was actually for Unified Basketball. That was probably a couple. I think it was either last year or it was right before COVID. So, but in competition, it's been a long time since we've seen Middleboro here on Fred TV. They just got a new high school, beautiful new high school. That's going to be out. Double touch. And Durfee gets it back. Now looking at these 2 seasons for both of these teams, you know, Durfee lost to BR in their last match, which was, the 21st. They lost to Somerset. Pardon me, that was their last match.
Which I was actually there for that game. Durfee won the first 2 sets, and then Somerset took it in the next 3. And what you notice often with Durfee is and Coach Willie was talking about it after the game, is they kind of sway from serious to winning a set, taking a set, and then they sort of let loose a little bit. And they need to sort of find that perfect balance, you know, that happy medium of seriousness and just having fun, you know?
Yeah.
But when you sway too much to just having fun and forgetting to play as hard as you can, you know, that'll cause you to lose sets. So they took 2. They took 2 sets. They thought the win was in the bag, and Somerset came out to play.
Yeah, and that's kind of, you know, talk about complacency, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to get complacent. Oh, things are going good. No. You got to play till that game is done, or that match, the whistle sound, whatever it is. And, you know, so I have to apologize, too. We had Durfee as 6-11, but it's actually 6-12 because of the Somerset loss, which hadn't been reported yet on the website yet. So that was an error on our part. So 6-12 for Durfee. They have one more game to go. They'll be at Taunton on Thursday, but this being the last home game. Durfee's last win was against New Bedford. They swept the Whalers. That was last Friday for the Pink Out night, or a week and a half ago. Durfee beat Taunton in the first matchup way back in early September.
Yeah.
That was on the heels of a win against Brockton as well. Both were here. As he tried to tie it back up, Karam back to serve again. Middleboro's riding a 3-game losing streak right now. They lost to East Bridgewater, New Bedford, and Rockland. Rockland being their most recent game. Flipped over. The set from Kane, far side Kuchar, it's blocked. Sent back now, and it's on the ground.
That's
We're
amazing.
tied.
Great reaction from Kuchar. Great play by Pereira, knowing just that ball's high enough. I can go over on 2.
Sure.
Catch the defense off guard. And that's exactly what she did.
Yeah, it was a tough sequence there. It pulls even here about halfway through this first set, just past the halfway point mark. And Middleboro calling the timeout. Now, you're still involved with student government and stuff. So what's coming up next? I know we'll have, we're getting towards November here, so end up with Spirit Week and a lot going on with Thanksgiving Day football game coming around the bend not too far from now. What's going on in Durfee?
So I'm not too sure. The Spirit Week, the days are official. We have them ready to go. I'll give Fred TV the inside scoop because we
You're
haven't
giving the
posted.
world now the inside scoop because we're live everywhere.
But we have, November 17th is going to be a meme day. November 18th is going to be a celebrity/character day. The 21st, which will be the week after the weekend, will be a barbecue dad versus soccer mom.
So that's Monday, right?
Yeah, and then November 22nd, the Tuesday, will be a salad dressing day. So that'll be different sorts of dressings, given to different classes. So seniors are Caesar, so they'll be dressed up as Greeks. Juniors are Ranch, so they'll be dressed up as Cowboys.
Oh, my God.
Sophomores are Hawaiian, so they'll be dressed up as Hawaiians. And then freshmen are Italian, so they could be dressed up as Italians.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
That's something different.
yeah, it's a good lineup. We're really interested to see what people are going to come up with that.
Yeah. I'm hungry just thinking about it.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Pep rally. That's another one.
Yeah.
The whole school, beside the seniors, have never seen a pep rally before.
I know.
So,
It's unbelievable.
a lot of people think we're on schedule, but by now we'd be having a skit finalized. A lot of people don't know that the train's supposed to be moving.
Yeah.
And they
Sure.
think they have all this time, but decorations and stuff will creep up. So I'm getting ready mentally for a lot of late nights here, making decorations for whatever skit we come up with. But
I'm glad because I know that there was kind of, for lack of a better term, a makeshift pep rally last year outside, which is good. But to do it in the spring, pep rallies always are around the big game, and I get why we couldn't, obviously, last year.
Yeah.
There's no criticism there. I understand completely. But it wasn't the same back in the spring. It really wasn't. I give a lot of credit to everybody who organized it. Everybody tried to do a good thing, but it just, for me, having worked many of them, was a student here. It's just very different. Obviously, when you're here the day before the big game, and it's happening here in the field house, it is cool, So
it's a great play going on.
Oh, it hits the net and comes back. There's no reaction to that. It's literally like flip a coin. It can go one way or the other, and that just landed perfectly on the net.
I have to say, I wish
man.
I was partially listening to what you were just talking about there, but I was completely locked in on that play that was just going on. It was a great back and forth by both teams.
That's all right. You're not the first to not listen to me, so, it's all right. It's good. Mike's shaking his head, I'm sure, in front of the camera now. That's all right, Mike. No, what I was saying is, having worked many of these pep rallies, obviously, and been here as a student, there really is, you can't really compare to doing it the day before Thanksgiving, the day before the big game, and, so, you had one your freshman year, right? But that's it. So, nice dig by Karam. Kuchar trying to finish it off. Baramio in the back, able to get it to Dean, who sent it over. Kuchar again, big hit. Oh, how about that dig from Rooney? It's coming back to the Sachems and now out of bounds.
There
That's
we go.
a great rally right there. Back and forth.
you can see the team sort of amping up now. You get to that point where every point matters. You know, we're at 19-16. You know, you're kind of going back and forth, slide-out battle in the beginning points. But now it's sort of make or break. You have to, really catch your opposition off guard.
Yeah,
you know?
like that. A little bit of miscommunication there. But I'll tell you, I think the timeout did more for Durfee than it did Middleboro.
Yeah.
And Middleboro called the timeout because the Hilltoppers, you know, they're making more plays over these last 5 points. That is going to stay in. That's going to be a tough play right at the net. Good flip over. Montanez reaching over there to keep it going. Third touch here. Kuchar will dump it over. Not a very good set there. Another tremendous dig, and it won't get over the net, but great job by Lane. It's a 1-point game here in the first.
And another thing, Kuchar and Karen were telling me in our study during school was, you know, they beat Middleboro in 3 sets in the first game, and that was very great. But they were saying they weren't crazy sets. You know, they didn't absolutely punch them out. They were close sets, so Middleboro is a contender for Durfee. They're a good team, and I think, honestly, for a senior night, I wouldn't want anything better. You know, I wouldn't want a team that I completely blow out. I wouldn't want a team that completely stomps on me either. I want a team that's giving me a challenge, you know, because that's what makes it fun.
Well, and we talked about it in the opening, is that, you know, you really can't even go off of that first game because here we are for Durfee, game number 19, and that was game 1.
Yeah.
So these two teams, things have changed a lot on these two teams in terms of maybe formations and just confidence, skill level. It's a totally different thing now at the end of the season. So you can't, it's really hard to go apples to apples, you know, whereas, you know, boys soccer, for example, they saw Taunton over the weekend for the first time, and they're playing Taunton again at the end of the week.
Yeah.
There's where you start looking at tape. You say that was only, you know, 5 days ago or 10 days ago. Whereas this, we're talking almost 2 months ago. Big swing, and out of bounds it goes. Durfee with a 2-point advantage now, 21-19. Hoping to wrap up set 1. Big hit right down to the court on like a 45-degree angle. Oh, kind of a swing and a miss there. Didn't hit it square.
Yeah. With so I did a summer program for volleyball, Bay States, and in the beginning of every practice, we'd do like 10 minutes of regular standing serves and then 10 minutes of jump aggressive serves. And the whole point of that is, like, aggressive serves, jump serves, they're great. They can catch your opposition off guard, but at the same time, they're risky. You know, you're not going to hit that ball right every time.
Sure.
You know, sometimes it's going to go in the net, sometimes it's going to go out of bounds, but still go for it. You know, when you're at 22-21, when you're down 2 points, be aggressive, because that's what's going to get you those points. You know, there's no time to let up or ease up, you know.
Well, Middleboro got a break there because that one, the official said, was deflected. I didn't notice much redirection there, honestly. Usually it's pretty clean. You can usually see it. So that one caught me off guard because I know it went out of bounds. I said, oh, Durfee got the point, but it was Middleboro who got the point. That's going to sail. We're tied at 22, right down to the wire, as you said. And the Sachems will continue to serve. It's Kiara Dean from all the way back to the screen. He had a running start, has a strong serve. That's out of bounds. Gives the Hilltoppers control back.
And now Middleboro has their libero back. Jasmine's great server up to go. They're really going to have to dig in here to get that point on their defense, because this is at their tip-top shape.
Yeah, you want it to go to set point. You don't want to go 23 all.
Right.
You want to continue to serve and control your own fate here in the first set. Good set by Kane.
There it is. Let's go. Game's not over yet.
There you go. Zayas with the point for Durfee on the kill. And Kane will look to serve it out and put Durfee up 1-0. Big swing. Nice dig by Lane. That is in play. Right along the line, it's played. Into the net, we're tied at 24.
Taking a timeout.
And a timeout for the Hilltoppers and Coach Bullier. Well, just what you didn't want to happen if you're Durfee. You got that 2-point advantage, had the serve. And now you're looking at going extra points here because you got to win by 2. "60-second timeouts here in volleyball. Warning whistle at 10 seconds. Here we go. Sachems will serve. Tied at 24 in the first. A lot of spin on that one. Has to send it over. Free ball for Middleboro. The set to Rooney. Big swing. Who wants it? It's Goldman who sends it over on the third, and Durfee will give up the point. Tough play there. And it's 25-24 with Melanie Allen in the driver's seat for Middleboro. No room for error if you're Durfee. Oh, that might have been going out, but it was played on the back line. Oh, and that might have been going too, but Baramio stuck the hands out. Nice by Pereira on the back. Durfee with the point.
And that's what you'll have to notice here, you know.
Yeah.
Middleboro's defense is at an all-time high right now. They have their libero in. They have a good back row. They're doing very well. They're getting every ball, you know. So Durfee has to really get that big presence at the net, at the service line, you know, and we have a dependable server here, Dahlia, coming in, you know, hoping she can muster up some points. You know, she usually does. She usually has a few aces or so in a few games. So, you know, the service is the best way to do that. You know, have your defense off guard, out of play, you know, off system, anything like that will help your team.
Good strong serve. Both players seem to touch that one. Kucher, big swing. Nice dig into the net. Oh, it's kept alive. Baramio calls for it. He saved the point, and now Durfee will reset. Third touch. Oh, this is a great rally. Big swing, going long. 26-25, Durfee. A marathon first set.
Crowd is rowdy.
Short, we're tied again. A rare unforced error for Karam. And the Middleboro fans making some noise now. Rooney will serve. 52 combined points. Set point for the Sachems. Oh my gosh, wow, I didn't think it was gonna get over. 28-26, Middleboro takes the first. Been a long time since we've seen one that has gone to extra points like that. So the Hilltoppers will have to play from behind here in their senior night match as Middleboro, I don't want to say steals, but man, that could have gone either way. We really saw some great rallies towards the end of that first set.
Yeah. As a coach right now, being in the huddle, I would say, like, yeah, we lost that first set, but look at the scoreboard. It wasn't by much. You know,
Sure.
We're competing, we're out here, we're playing hard, and that's what's important, you know. Forget about the last set. You know, it happened, great, but this is a new set. We need to take this, and we need to keep going.
You gotta have a short memory.
Yeah.
I mean, really, because ultimately it's that you got to get right back out there now. All right, fans, we're going to take a quick break here, just under 2 minutes prior to the start of the second, and we will be back in just a short time. Stay with us.
Fall River is in the forefront of honoring members of the armed forces. The Community Preservation Act funded upgrades to the Veterans Memorial Bicentennial Park. In May 2021, Fall River dedicated the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall, an 80% scale replica of the original. The aluminum panels are engraved with the names of more than 58,000 heroes killed or missing in action during the Vietnam War. The project, including landscaping, exceeds recreation and open space requirements set by the Community Preservation Act. 10 years ago, Fall River voters approved a 1.5% surcharge on property tax bills to incentivize history, travel, and diversity. $310,000 was designated to build this powerful tribute, which has become a location for reflection and healing. The park is now fully handicap accessible and is open to all at no cost, dawn to dusk. CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
We are back here at Durfee for the start of the second set. Evan Massoud and Anthony Granum with you for live volleyball. Good to be live. Last week was not a good technical week, I'll be honest. And sometimes we don't know why. You know, we mentioned that a week ago Saturday, you know, we had some connectivity problems. T-Mobile was down. So we couldn't get on for Saturday for the boys. For girls soccer. We're having some issues staying connected. And then last Thursday, we just could not connect for, and it wasn't a connectivity thing in that respect. It seemed to be some kind of a software bug why we weren't able to get boys soccer off the ground. We did record it, of course, so it was available right after, but we do apologize that we were unable to go live. And then yesterday, Mother Nature, thanks a lot. Thank you very much. So we didn't have live field hockey, unfortunately, but we were able to record the senior night ceremony for the Hilltoppers field hockey team. That is currently airing. It's also on the Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. Middleboro will start off ahead. And Durfee ended up losing to Somerset yesterday 2-1. So a low-scoring game and a loss. So I don't feel so bad now that it wasn't able to be live streamed, if I'm being honest. So with that said, aside from the game out in Dartmouth, which I did with DCTV, the road game, the 3 home games we covered we didn't see one goal allowed by the Hilltoppers in field hockey. We saw a 3-0 win against New Bedford, a 9-0 win against Brockton, and a 6-0 win against Bridgewater Raynham. So not bad for home coverage of field hockey this season. That's out of bounds, and we're tied at 1. And I'd say, you know, looking at the power rankings, I think the Hilltoppers for field hockey probably the ones with the best chance to get a home game in the playoffs, depending on, you know, which round they get into. Because, you know, based on the number of teams.
An ace. By
That is an ace.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, that's good. 2-1 Durfee. You know, based on the number of teams that qualify, you may or may not have preliminary round games.
Right.
And depending on where you're seated, you know, you could bypass the prelim, but then not be high enough to have a first-round home game. So
right.
Are you happy you get the bye, or would you rather play at home and have to play in the prelims?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
To me, I look at it and say, yes, a home game's great, but if you can bypass a round and get closer to the finals, to me, that's the advantage, whether you're home or not. But then again, you know, for the fans, for the players, you know, everybody likes a home game. Last year they had to play in Shrewsbury. You know, it's a bit of a ride, so we know we were there. So, you know, it all depends. It all depends. We haven't really been to, interestingly enough, it's been a while since we were in, like, the Newton area and whatnot. We did a game in Wellesley a few years back.
Right.
For a boys basketball playoff game. That might have been your freshman year. I think it was the winter before COVID started. I think it was. You know, it all kind of blends. But I do remember going to Wellesley, and that wasn't too far. It was just before we got the new building, because we were planning the new building. Yeah, I think it was. It was either January 2019. Right, well, it would have been, let's see, February, March.
Right.
Either, you know, 2019 or no, there were no playoffs in 2020. That's right. They stopped everything. So it was 2019. So we haven't been out that way. We went north of Boston for a lot of stuff in the spring. Good block in front.
You kind of see here what I was talking about earlier. You know, Middleboro's down 5 points now, but they're still swinging, and that's important. You know, volleyball is not, you know, a submissive game. You know, if you want to get points, you have to be aggressive. You know.
8-2. Hilltoppers looking like a different team here. And a timeout called by Coach La Liberty.
Yeah, once again, it's that balance between serious and playing. They lost the first set. Now they're 100% in it. They have to be, you know.
So they huddle up here. 6 points, the largest lead for either side in the early goings of this match here. We're just starting the second. We know the Lady Hilltoppers here not going to make it to the tournament. At least that's what we've been told, right? They had to win out, you had said. You were talking to Coach. Well, they had to win out to get 50% of their games, but I don't think the schedule is strong enough to get in via the power rankings, right? So they are eliminated? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, unfortunately, the girls won't be in it. But the good news is that, you know, we do have another girls volleyball team here in the city that is in, and that is the Lady Bengals over at Diamond. Really good season. We're supposed to be there tomorrow, and something with the schedule was not accurate initially, and over the last week it changed. It was listed as a home game for tomorrow against Bristol Aggie, but they're actually on the road. They're going on the road. So we won't see them tomorrow for what would have been the last home match of the regular season, but we're hoping we'll see them for the playoffs. They did get a home game for the playoffs last year, and they had a similar record. So hopefully the Bengals will get themselves a home game in the playoff round as well. That might have been going out, but it was played by Farias, and it'll give Middleboro the ball back here, down by 6. And that is Mary Dowler. one of the three captains. Punched at and sent over strongly. The set from Silva, big swing by Rooney. That goes out. There was no deflection. It didn't look like it. No, Coach Bullier says no, I don't think. Or is she shaking her head at her? Again, I didn't see it. I didn't see a redirection.
No,
did you?
I did not.
No, I didn't think so.
Even before that, I thought I saw a two-touch from the setter on the other side. But, you know, it's common say in volleyball that the ball does not lie. I was hoping Durfee was
it
gonna
lies.
get that
It
point.
fibs all the time.
It seems like it does.
Oh, man. That's going way back, and into the net goes Lane.
So we're seeing that aggression from Middleboro. What I'm hoping now, you know, Durfee gave themselves a comfortable lead thanks to Gabby Farias and her serves that sort of helped them out. But I'm hoping they don't, you know, take these few points too harshly. You know, they're still comfortable. They just need to pack some stuff up and get going.
Well, that'll give them the ball back, but it was 9-2, now 10-6. So a little 4-0 run there by Middleboro to close the gap a little bit. As Pereira now will serve. (11-6) and make it 12-6. Good effort by the Sachems there. Half of them were on the ground, and they were still making contact trying to save that one.
I find it funny, you know, that sort of battle between on both sides of the net. You know, the setter
Yeah.
took it on second, you know, just set it right over lightly. You know, Durfee received it, gave it to Jasmine, and Jasmine said, well, you guys dumped it over on two. I'm going to show you how to do it right. And she got that point. I always find those points very funny.
Yeah. Good dig there. It's going to be a tough play, and it just sneaks over. Every time I see that, I think, I don't know how they're going to make a play on that, because so often, you know, it can get trapped. That downward motion, it's like, is it going to hit the top of the net? Is it going to stay on this side?
Yeah.
Is it going to come over? Do I need to leap now, later? It's really a complicated situation, and it almost happens in slow motion. You know what the outcome's going to be, but you're watching it almost in slow motion.
Yeah. Watching, you know, I play, of course, for the boys team, but watching it from the outside perspective, I get a lot of insight on sort of the right things to do. You know, girls play a lot more technical. They're a lot better at passing and honestly better than me at reading plays and stuff like that, especially Jasmine. You see a lot of plays where it might be an overpass or it might go over the net, and instead of going up and blocking, if she's at the net, she drops back and gets ready for a sort of pass, which is, oh my gosh. Sorry, I just need a...
Need a minute?
Yeah.
That was a heck of a swing right there. One of the strongest kills we've seen in the match. And it's 12-9. Rooney back to serve again. No, I get what you're saying. Obviously, it's a different perspective when you're watching from here and watching like an organized game versus even if you're just standing on the sideline and you're watching practice, right, waiting to check in, or watching the game and waiting to check in. You're seeing full-on action at a distance here. I completely get what you're saying. It makes a difference. Kind of almost palmed that there a little bit. Gonna be a tough play, not coming back. Durfee will get it back.
And that was a great play by Lauren. You know, she played it smart. You know, all the players were up close to the net, so she pushed it far to the back corner, made them scramble and got the point from it.
And now she'll serve, short serve, no good. And it goes back to Middleboro. Baramio will serve. And you talk about the communication aspect. It's so important no matter what, because everybody's looking in the air. You're looking up. You're not looking at each other.
Right.
And, I mean, unless you communicate and people hear where, you're using your ears, but you in a little bit of peripheral, but it's not like you're looking down. You're watching the ball and tracking.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
And I watch, highlights from VNL, the Volleyball Nations League and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you see them do these crazy plays that almost seem like telepathic the way they know the ball's just going to be there. But it's because the whole time they're shouting, like, here, give me the ball, and it's in a different language, but they're always communicating.
Absolutely.
Coach Bulia, I got to sit in on some of the practices, help out, and a lot of the drills she was doing is having her teams line up on both sides of the net and then give them 2 balls at once.
Huh.
So it's like now, you're used to 1 ball, but now you have 2. So it's important to communicate at that point.
Yeah,
I just passed this ball. Where's the next one coming? Someone tell me,
Yeah, at that point, you have no choice but to talk.
Yeah.
Nice dig by Lane on the back side of it. And that's going to fall in. Back to a 6-point lead for Durfee. Oh, wow. Baramio coming out of nowhere. Able to keep that one in play. A lot of sequence, and that's going to fall in as well. And another timeout for the Sachems. Coach La Liberty will rally the troops again, his second timeout of the set. 17-10, the largest advantage here. At one point it was 9-2. And now 17-10. Hilltoppers trying to even up the match. Trying to think as coaches go, since I started, this is my 10th fall season. Coach Bullier, one of just a handful that for varsity coaching has been here since I started. Nikki for softball, of course. John for Nikki for field hockey. John for softball. And and Tiberio for boys soccer. I think that's it, to be honest with you, in terms of, like I said, for varsity head coaches. Big time swing, big time dig, and a chance for Sachems to salvage that. They do. They get it back to Durfee's side. Another third touch, and that's going to go out. 18-10. Wow, nice play at the net right there. That Farias?
Yeah.
Yeah, great job. That's going to fall in. Can't get to it that time, but a great effort playing the net earlier in that point. Madison Silva.
I don't know if you guys saw that from the camera. I'm pretty sure Jasmine Kane pushed Gabby Ferris to get to that ball a little bit faster. Didn't work out so much.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was watching right after. She was mouthing the word. She was like, I'm sorry, I pushed you, but. a lot for the Somerset game. You'll notice, well, it wasn't streamed or anything, but Jasmine was on the ground for a lot of the plays, just honestly putting everything on the line.
Yeah.
To get that ball up, to keep that ball up, and it's admirable, you know.
Yeah.
To the point where she's pushing teammates, I guess, you know.
Well, you know, Gabby's a junior, so senior's getting ready to go out. One last little shove, huh?
Yeah.
Free ball for Middleboro. Silva with the set. Big swing by Allen. And it'll be a point for the Sachems.
Durfee's still comfortable here with a 19-13 6-point lead. They just need to lock it up and take it all the way home.
Into the net as Dean unable to get it over. It's Durfee's 20th point. And Dahlia Karam coming in now for Zayas. That one into the net.
Durfee's sort of in tip-top shape here. You know, they have a strong back row with Lane and Karam, and then they have Farias and Selena and Jasmine, who's setting all around, but can very well, if she wants, just turn and hit as well.
Into the net, and both sides trading unforced errors.
Now they have Kuchar in the front row. I want to see some big swings, both sides in the net.
Farias will serve. Good, strong serve. That's going to be a problem. Up over the glass. Oh, and it's still going to go over. Remember, the ceiling is infinite here. Everything is in play. And how about that? Middleboro's going to get the point out of it. That ball rolls right up the glass, the backboard of the basketball nets that are folded all the way up, almost touching the ductwork here. And Baramio was able to make a play.
Honestly, if I'm him, I'm asking for that clip, putting it in my highlight reel, and bringing it out at every dinner party saying, look what I did when I was in high school.
Pereira back to serve now for Durfee. That's out. Into the net. Kuchar will get the point.
And you'll notice on that point, you know, Lauren Kuchar, it was an off-system play. The set was out, but the blockers for Middleboro, you know, they jumped up too early, and that's what allowed Kuchar to get that ball to go over. You know, if they waited just a second, noticed that she was off, they might have gotten the block on it, but Lauren, understanding that they jumped too early, was able to capitalize on that.
Set point for the Hilltoppers here in the second, up by 8. And hoping to end it right now. Big swing. They do! 25-16. The Hilltoppers take the second set. Convincingly here, a 9-point victory in set number 2. And we are tied up at 1 apiece. What did you see differently in that set, Anthony, from the first?
I think it was a lot of less unforced errors on honestly both sides. It was a lot longer rallies, I would say. But honestly, I think Durfee just tightened it up a little bit on the back row. You know, started playing a little more smart in the front as well. You know, they weren't completely swinging on everything. They were finding the open spots and shotting it over, rolling it over, tipping it over. And I think that net presence was a lot better. And I think Middleboro did have a lot of more forced errors, which sort of was their downfall. But I think that starting run by Gabby Ferrier serving really just gave Durfee the motivation, the excitement that they needed to pull through with a, what was the point? 25-16?
25-16.
9-point lead.
Yeah, not bad. All right, we will take a quick break here. Set number 3 coming up. We will go 4 at minimum here since we're tied up at 1 apiece. More volleyball next.
We offer them a variety of ways to do so, like Henry Lord is walking to school. There are a number of schools that walk to schools. There are some that opt to dismiss at some point during the day and walk around the school. There are some that walk around their fields during PE classes. It's a matter of symbolically walking in some way. Even the new principals, when they come on the job having no idea what this is all about, the staff that's been there longest will say right away, oh no, we have to participate. Vol River always participates. So once you've done 11 in a row, you just, you don't want to be the one school that's not participating. So the school district has been awesome about not needing to be encouraged. It's something we do.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Fieldhouse, our live coverage of senior night here in girls volleyball action. We welcome you to our Facebook page, Fred TV Sports. Like and follow us, especially with playoffs right around the corner. Live stream action found there. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel under the same name, where we post everything after the fact for on-demand viewing anytime, anywhere. It is a 1-to-1 match here. Both sides have taken a set. Middleboro took the first, 28-26. Durfee just a moment ago taking the second, 25-16. And now we are tied, and as I mentioned right before we took a quick break there, we will play at minimum 4 sets here with the tied score as Middleboro starts it off. That's going to go out of bounds, and the Sachems will have the first point of this match, or of this set, rather. 1-0 to start the third. That's how the second set started, and it worked out well for Durfee, so we'll see what happens here. That one's going to fade out of play. No spin on the ball, just kind of floated. Two here. Tough play there from the corner. Did get inside the antenna. Go back there again, and this time that front line for the Sachems unable to handle it.
Is honestly credit to Selena too, you know?
Oh, yeah. They
Hard
all
hit.
stuck with it.
Yeah, hard hit in the beginning. She said, that didn't work. Let me come back. Tip it using the block, and it's worked in her favor.
Big swing. This will be tough. Right on the off the Gatorade cart there. As Coach Policino will go after it. (3-3). That was deflected. And Baramio will serve now for Middleboro. Wow, big time hit.
I'm honestly surprised Jasmine had time to duck under that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that was more survival than than anything else.
That was hit with a lot of authority right there. Third touch, dumped over. Baramio plays it. Rooney will have to send it now. Sends it into the net, and Durfee will get the point out of it. Farrier's back to serve. Double touch. Onto the court it goes. And a short run there from the Hilltoppers stopped. And Middleboro has it back. It'll be Melanie Allen back to serve. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Another big hit there. But that one going too long, so Hilltoppers will keep serving. Pereira unloads. Look at that. No spin on that at all. That's amazing.
With balls like that, they sort of just drop and fall, you know, without notice whatsoever. With top spin,
Yeah.
they're easy to predict, but with those balls that just like float up there, they could look like they're going out of bounds and then drop right in front of your face.
That's exactly what happened too. Rooney with the hit. I say it every time, but it's true. It's like a knuckleball for baseball, and that's why they're so hard to hit, so hard to catch if you're the catcher. And then now you're adding to the elements outside with that, right? So the wind can play with it. I mean, it's pretty amazing what no spin does to a ball versus having spin on it. That's going long and out of play. Hilltoppers up 11-5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some physics lesson that I missed that probably explains that, but yeah.
Timeout, Sachems. This is a rubber set here.
Middleboro feeling pressure right off the rip.
Yeah, because the thing is that this puts you in a major hole if you lose, and you're down now into an elimination situation. So this is, the third set is pivotal. Pereira back, ready to serve as we are back to the action here. Coming to the near side this time. And into the net. Deflected. Slowed up just, oh! Communication error, both girls wanted it. Kane and Lane. Good run there for the Hilltoppers though. Building that lead here early just like they did in the second. Montanez.
That was honestly a great block by Kelly. You know, seeing it
Oh,
come
yeah.
from the back row, timing it just right to get a deflect off of it and make it easier for Lane to pass it.
Out of bounds.
And there's pros to and cons to blocking, you know. You can get a touch on it, make it easier for your back row to pass. You can stuff block it, send it right back. But if the hit's hard enough, that's going through your hands. You know, that's going through your hands. It's going out of bounds. It's deflecting off, going out of bounds. So there's always a plus and a downside, you know, to, what is it, a silver lining to every gray cloud.
Sure.
So
That's going to sail out of bounds. Good job tracking that one because only landed about a foot or so out of play. And now Lane will serve for Durfee. 14-8. And that will not make it. So 3 straight bad serves between the two sides.
once again, those cons of being an aggressive server, jump serving. You know, once your feet leave the ground, there's a lot of variability in it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Jasmine Kane was the same way with her jump serve last year. You know, she didn't have a complete handle on it, but take the off season, get a little practice with it, and come back and show what you're made of. You know.
So 15-9. Should be 15-9. Because Durfee had the bad serve the last time. Into the net. And now 15-10. There it is, 15-10. They corrected it here in-house.
I was going to say, I feel like we should say something, but if it's going to get me home faster. You know.
No, we can't interfere with the scores table. So if something ends up wrong, we adjust to it, and that's what it is. So. Off the fingertips in the top of the net and down to the court. 16-11. As
Plays
Karam
like that
comes back.
You know, you say to yourself, like, wow, luck really is my best friend, you know?
Nice play there by Baramio. Gonna be a tough play. Good dig, but it's into the net. Great effort there by Madison Silva. But Durfee will have the point, and Farias will go back to serve. Later stages of the third here. Hilltoppers up 5, looking to add and pull ahead here in this match. Good block again up front by Montanez.
That's just great understanding, you know, seeing that the pass was tight, being right there with the setter, expecting the dump. Great play by Kelly.
Another good serve. Be a tough player in the back line. Third touch now, Rooney will send it back. Pereira flips it over, trying to catch the defense out of system. Coming back. Deflected. Should have let it go.
And that was honestly amazing play
Yeah.
by Lauren Kuchar there. You know, the ball came over on 2, catch defense off guard, I'm swinging at it. Ball comes over again, catching you off guard again, I'm putting it just a little bit to the side. So you have to make a play for it.
I love how into it the crowd is. It's one of the best volleyball atmospheres we've had in a few years now.
Yeah.
That's also deflected and out of bounds off of Middleboro, 20-12.
Everything is just flowing for Durfee right now.
Rooney, big swing, played by Karam. Kane will set. Kuchar trying to finish it. It goes into the net. But another really good run for the Hilltoppers. We have a comfortable lead now at 20-13. Hoping to get it back here quickly. Nobody there to help. Pereira kind of shielded lane a little bit there. Inadvertently, of course.
Yeah, you have plays like that where you pass it, it goes straight right up above you, and you're just like, wait, what do I do next? You know, this was supposed to go to someone. I actually passed it to myself. So now you forget, you know, Coach Bulia was yelling at her, you know, make sure to back up after you do something like that, you know?
Yeah, give room for somebody else. Another great play in front of the net by Montanez. And the Hilltoppers with the point. Out of bounds. Alexis Welch, the third captain, didn't get a good swing on that. Kind of waited a little late on the swing. Durfee just 2 points away from going to the fourth, up 2-1. Oh, wow. Big swing. That'll give Middleboro the ball. And Rooney will serve.
I have to say, Middleboro has had, they're down this set, lost the last one, but they have had big swingers.
Oh, yeah.
When they're going to play, they're making plays. They're not holding back in any regard whatsoever.
A little bit of pinball action. Oh, Lane! How about that? Oh, my gosh. Set point, miraculously. That's incredible.
Once again, another play by Libero,
Yeah.
Clip it, put it in my highlight reel. I'm taking it out and showing my mom when she picks me up,
This to make it 2-1 Hilltoppers. Blocked in front. They'll have to wait. (24-17) into the net. Make it 25-17, and the Hilltoppers have a 2-1 advantage here after 3. They head into the fourth with the lead now, their first lead of this match.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, we will reset and take the break here in between. We will have for you the fourth set right after this. Stay with us here on Fred TV.
Hi, I'm Kristen Cantara Oliveira. I'm a member of the Community Preservation Committee and the Historical Commission. Welcome to the Lafayette Durfee House.
I'm David Jennings, curator. Built in 1750, this is one of the best living history representations in Massachusetts.
Judge Thomas Durfee, the original owner, was also an admired patriot. Judge Durfee made sizable purchases of equipment and weapons to outfit Revolutionary War soldiers, including his own son. Generals and Minutemen frequently met here for secret and strategic military planning.
But by the 1970s, the home's significance was largely forgotten and it was slated for demolition. Preservationists rallied, first to fund the restoration and secondly to resurrect interest in the heroic Durfee family.
The original frame and foundation are intact. Craftsmen worked tediously to repair or replace decorative elements.
Visitors are encouraged to handle artifacts and work alongside artists. The Lafayette Durfee House is included in the National Register of Historic Buildings and exceeds standards of the Secretary of the Interior.
However, time continuously ravages the one-of-a-kind structure. Grants from the Community Preservation Committee, as well as monetary contributions, spearhead the efforts of tireless volunteers.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Fall River Public Schools has opportunities for positions in multiple areas for people looking to work with the next generation. Come grow with our team. We have openings for teachers, paraprofessionals, and teaching assistants, and other educational support positions available. We are also looking to fill operations support positions such as custodial, security, and food service. We offer competitive salary and benefit plans. We have rewarding work available in our 21st century schools and learning environments. Come grow with us. please contact the Human Resources Department at 508-675-8420, extension 53708, or see our postings on our website at fallriverschools.org.
Welcome back to the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. Evan Massoud and Anthony Granum with you. Hilltoppers have won 2 straight sets to make it 2-1 as we go into the 4th, with Durfee looking to close things out here in their final home game of 2022 here on senior night. 25-17 was the score from the 3rd set in favor of the Hilltoppers, and we'll reset here. Durfee with the 2-1 advantage, and they will serve first here in the 4th. Just gonna say, that's not gonna pan out well for Middleboro. Everybody was up at that 10-foot line except for one, and all you had to do was find that back line. Little bit out of position there. And a 1-0 advantage for Durfee. Middleboro started with the first point in each of the last 2 sets.
And I'm just curious, you'll see a change in setters here, which I wonder what prompted it for Middleboro. And I'm actually now realizing that we have Middleboro spelt out on the paper, that I've been spelling Middleboro wrong. There apparently is a UGH.
That's right.
At the end.
That's the old-fashioned way. Same with Foxborough, Westboro, Marlboro. It's all the same. But everybody just abbreviates. But the actual proper spelling and how it is shown on a lot of the like the town signs and now entering, it's actually with the proper borough spelling all the way out.
Like donut versus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. D-O-N-U-T versus D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T.
Yeah.
Two the score. Good dig there by Lane, and off the net. Wow, tough play, but Durfee stays with it. Now lining up for the swing there was Dowler. That comes back the other way.
And I have to acknowledge, like I said before, you see those plays where the ball goes over a net, like into the net, and instead of Jasmine going to maybe block it, stare at the ball, just watch it fall to the ground, she backs up, waits for the ball to drop off the net, and then she passes it, making it usable for her team. So it's sort of that different outlook, that different decision-making skills that you get just from being a veteran.
And that's extremely difficult to do.
Yeah, no, it's
because you don't know.
Predicting those balls is very hard.
Like that too from Kuchar, but the double touch being called against her. I mean, because when you play it off the net like that, you don't know which way it's going to go. Because the net it's taut, but there's give to it. There's play.
Yeah.
It's not solid. It's not like a wall. So there's a lot of variables. That's going to go out of bounds. Close to the line, but Durfee gets the point. Middleboro not ready for that one. Dowler on this near side didn't expect it, kind of low to play it, and Baramio unable to get it over on that 3rd hit as it kind of just ricocheted his way. Now, double touch. So you're right, the change in the setter here, and number 20 not on our roster. 3 teams worth of names, but number 20 not on the roster.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Unless there was a number change like Baramio, who's listed as number 6, but is actually wearing 23.
Great block there from Kelly. I have to say she's been having a net presence all since last set. You know, she's really been, wherever the ball's coming over, she is there with a hand over the net, ready to push it right back.
Good dig. Oh, my goodness. Back again. Let's try it again, shall we? What a rally. What a point.
Seems to just be miracle after miracle at this point. I'm baffled.
That was incredible. That dig on the far side by Pereira was just absolutely ridiculous. 9-3. Good dig there by Baramio, but third touch now. Have to dump it over, and it's gonna fall. What happened there?
I think it was just the transition. You know,
clearly, but
yeah,
that's
Jasmine,
rare.
You have Jasmine coming from the back row, and that ball went right where she was running from. So, you know, the teammates might have thought, oh, maybe she'll see it and go for it. Oh, maybe this person, and you know what they say about assuming things, but there's
that's a rare situation there on a third touch when you know it's coming your way, right? Blocked in front. Nice job by Allen. And it's 9-5.
Seems like they have their original setter back into the game.
Yeah, that's Silva. You know, looking at the JV roster, there's number 22, Sarah Gamble, and there's 7, Shiloh DeRosa. So I'm assuming that, I'm guessing that one of those two were wearing number 20. And that's who was in there setting to start this fourth set.
It happens. I remember, you know, from my season, mid-season, lost my jersey, needed to borrow someone else's, you know?
Mm-hmm. Double touch, and Durfee gets it back. It's their 10th point. Pereira will serve. Well, after that marathon first set, I'll be honest with you, the last two really haven't felt that close.
Yeah.
It just, one of those, you know, because Durfee had some runs. They grabbed a bunch of points in a row in 2 different instances in both of the second and third sets. It seemed like things just happened really quickly. That first set, I mean, when you have 54 combined points and you're just going back and forth, it's a totally different thing.
I think in the first set, you know, Middleboro was just on their game at that tip-top shape. After that, a lot of errors were starting to, you know, leak through the seams, and I think we're seeing that affect them. You know, it's volleyball is a game of 1 point at a time, but you know, when all the little things come together, it makes a big difference.
Well, while we have the timeout here, this week we have one more live broadcast for the regular season. And that will be Saturday. Football, it's senior night, it's homecoming night, it's everything. It's Saturday at 2 o'clock. You'll also be able to see on that broadcast the field hockey senior night ceremony and the girls soccer senior night ceremony that's going to be happening here on Thursday. So we'll have that playing as well during that broadcast and independently as well. So you don't have to see the football game to try to find that, but we hope you will tune in. Brockton in town, probably going to be a tough one. It will be a tough one. No, seriously.
There's no probably.
No, the Boxers really always play Durfee so tough. And, you know, seeing how they played against Dartmouth, I think it's going to be a real tough day for Durfee. But, you know, you never know. The Hilltoppers in some tough games have come out and giving it a battle, and it, really stayed in it for a while. So we'll see. But obviously, we all know, it's been a rebuilding year for the Hilltoppers, and
sometimes you just gotta, you gotta take that one on the chin. You have to understand, they lost a lot of valuable players, and you're not just gonna bounce back from that.
No, it's a young team. The kids want to be there, but they're still learning a lot of the game as well. The core group of guys that graduated last year had been playing together on the same team, since Pop Warner.
Yeah.
So, that's the stuff, the instincts and whatnot. You know what each other's doing. There's talent there, individual talent, and it's, it totally makes a difference in terms of, for a coach, knowing what you can and cannot do. These were 4-year varsity starters. So definitely a different look Hilltoppers team. They're still grinding it out. But Brockton will probably be the toughest opponent of the season. That does go out of bounds. The toughest opponent to this point in 2022. So, but we will have that for you live on Saturday to wrap up the regular season. Playoffs start next week. Wednesday begins preliminary rounds for girls volleyball. Thursday, preliminary round for field hockey. And Friday, the 4th, prelims for boys and girls soccer. Well, we're not sure yet where we're going to be, who's going to be home, who's playing who. None of that's known yet. I believe all the brackets, all that stuff will come out on Halloween, which is next Monday. Football will go into the week-to-week matchups for non-playoff contenders. So after this weekend's games on Sunday, the athletic directors, have to get on calls, and they get told where their team is playing. So we won't know what's up with Durfee until Sunday, and Diamond for that matter, because Diamond I think only has 1 win, so they will not be in the tournament either. And they'll go into the week-to-week lottery. That's in. Oh, I really thought that was in for Middleboro. The Hilltoppers will take it. 16-9. Eight-point lead for Durfee, 17-9. Hilltoppers pulling away, make it 18-9. I do have to say I am really looking forward to basketball season this year, because girls basketball, I think, is going to have a really big year. They had a great bounce back year last year with Jeff Caron as the head coach back here at Durfee, coaching again. But with a couple of the middle schoolers, and particularly Maddie Hargraves, who was such a catalyst for her middle school team with Morton last year, add her to the mix. One of the taller ones on the team already, and she's just a freshman. I really think the girls team is going to have a big year. Boys had a great year too last year, but again, right? You lost Holly, you lost, Jaden. You lost some big, contributors. The good news is that, people like Devontae, for example, He was only a sophomore last year, and he had huge games. So I think Durfee may have some growing pains, but they definitely have contributors too. The boys, that is. And then some other news that I haven't seen actually out there, so I guess we can kind of break it in a sense. But officially, Durfee did not have a varsity hockey team last year. Well, this year, Durfee and Diamond are co-oping. It will be the Bengals, because Diamond has the team. But Durfee will have, in a sense, varsity hockey again, which is great.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I understand that. Coach Nate Dupere and head coach Kevin Robinson will be involved in the program with Diamond's coaches as well. So that's official from athletic director Brad Buston. So that's huge. It's great because, in a sense, we have like one Fall River team as well. Kind of makes it a little easier to manage because we do have some strange game times when it comes to Driscoll and hockey. Mike can attest to that, dealing with Hetland for many years with DCTV in Dartmouth, playing in New Bedford. There's so many late, like we talk late. There's a lot of 8 o'clock games on a weekday. There's a lot of Saturday games, a lot of holiday games. So it's weird. It's not a normal schedule because the schools don't own the rinks, so they can't make the schedule per se. They have to also go off of, they're renting ice time essentially to practice and play these games. So anyway, a little glimpse into winter sports, but here we go. Match point for the Hilltoppers on senior night. 24-10 in the fourth. Sachems will send it over. Free ball for the Hilltoppers. Third touch coming. They'll have to dump it over. It's going to go. Oh, that would have gone out, but Rooney plays it. Another tough play here. Kuchar plays it. Dumped back over now. Out of bounds. And the Hilltoppers win at home for the final time in fall 2022. Well, the Hilltoppers clearly made adjustments after losing that marathon first set, a set that really could have gone either way. And for the Hilltoppers, this is the biggest margin of victory, a 15-point victory in the fourth set. They take the match 3-1 and continued to get stronger, it seemed, as the match went on. And now all the emotions will come out here again as we saw our pregame with the senior night ceremony, as for the seniors, their last time playing here on this court, and they come out on top. That's got to feel good.
Yeah. I gotta get out of here before I start crying. It's I'm not even part of the team. It's just the emotion.
Well, everybody on the team.
Yeah.
And part of that from being on the boys team, because you all cheer each other on.
Yeah.
Both teams. So, yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's a great moment, and it's great for them to have won it. That's the best thing too. To leave with a victory here is. You see Coach Bull, you're on your screen on the left side there with Dahlia, and nice moment here from Durfee. All right, the Lady Hilltoppers win it on senior night, 3-1 over Middleboro. It's their 7th victory, their final home game, and they win it here on their home court. For Mike Fernandez running camera, Anthony, my broadcast partner today, I'm Evan Massoud. We will see you Saturday afternoon from Mac Aldridge Fields for our final football game of the first 8 weeks. So long.